Hello. I'm going to recap the last three games because a couple of things happened. I'm in Portland, Oregon for the West Coast, and that's awesome seeing family for Christmas, not because the Winter Classic is in Seattle, and I wish. The Vegas Golden Knights had games 31, 32, and 33 in the last three games since December 15th. And then I flew on my daughter's first birthday on the 16th. And then it's just been a whirlwind since. And I've been feeling kind of sick most of today. And today's game did not help, but we'll get there. Starting with game 31 in Buffalo. What? It wasn't in Buffalo, it was in Vegas. Against Buffalo, which I think Edmonton and Buffalo are probably like not even rivalry, just like I dislike them so much. A lot of Buffalo fans, like, credit to ya, sticking through the decade and a half of mediocrity. Worse than mediocrity. Like, if you're a Buffalo Sabres fan right now, seriously, props to you. But Jack Eichel scored, keeping point streak alive and against Buffalo, so we had that going for us. And that's pretty much all I want to say about that game. Zach Benson, who is the Buffalo Sabres player, number 9, he's a rookie, their new number 9. He looks really, really solid, but we know what happened last time. You had a really, really solid rookie start to a guy wearing the number, well, he was wearing 15 then. I don't know, anyway, not a good game. But, like, I was giving Vegas a pass for that because that was a one in a while and we're still at the top of the league. And then we go to Ottawa. No, still in Vegas against Ottawa. This game was a lot more up our alley. That second period was dominant despite the fact that they were very undisciplined throughout the first two periods, the game entirely. But Vegas Golden Knights win 6-3. It was 6-2, but then Brady Tkachuk at the end. And that first period, Jack Eichel scored again, keeping up with the scoring ways, producing his point streak to break the Vegas Golden Knights record of 9 games, which had multiple guys with it. I believe Carlson, Marchessault, and he finally pushed past the 9-game point streak for the first time in Vegas Golden Knights history for our player to do that. 10, and no signs of stopping, spoilers. And like, the Ottawa Senators scored the first 2 goals in the first period often power plays. Like, we definitely outplayed them most of the game. And that second period was just mwah. Ivan Barbashev continuing his goal streak. He had a 3-game goal streak from this game, Buffalo, and then the one before. And that's tied for his longest in his career. And he just was on a solid run. And everyone in Vegas's lineup, all 6 goals were scored by 6 different players. It was Eichel, Marchessault, Stevenson, Barbashev. I missed Waz, whoops. And William Karlsson, all scoring goals for us and just showing Vegas's depth among their players, which has been extremely necessary because of injuries and stuff. But we had 2 power play goals and a shorthanded goal. So just fantastic stuff from the Vegas Golden Knights. And then to today's game. Vegas Golden Knights in Carolina. This one's actually in Carolina. Lose 6-3. So take that score, flip it, and that feeling of, I've been wanting to throw up all day. Now that game only made it worse. I stopped watching at 6-1. Sorry to Logan Thompson. Going back to Ottawa because I have to. Aiden Hill, he returns, and that was awesome. And he gets injured 7 minutes in, which is the opposite of awesome. And Logan Thompson comes in. He looks good. He looks solid. He definitely had a really good game. But then with 10 minutes left to go, he gets injured. He looks like he's dealing with something. He talks to the trainer, all these different things. And my mind's going crazy. We might see an e-bug. We don't. But Vegas needs to... Aiden Hill's listed as day-to-day. But who knows what that means? And we don't want to rush him back. Because if he re-aggravates this and then we're just screwed even more long-term, then this season just goes down the drain. And same with Logan Thompson. Like, I don't want him playing injured because those 2 goalies are really good. And we need them. And we need to acquire... I'm thinking Vegas trades for another goalie, depending upon the evaluation of Logan Thompson's health and Aiden. And I know the goalie market's kind of thin right now with people that are willing, because Detroit had 3, but they're using Reimer now because the other 2 got injured and stuff. And so who knows what's going to happen. How much for Jonathan Quick? He's actually been having a phenomenal season. There's no way we can afford him at this point. Speaking of other goalies, after the 6-1 blowout against Carolina, where we imploded in that second period, because it was 1-1 after 1 anyway, I switched to the Minnesota and Boston game, where I got to watch Fleury get his 549th win to move 2 away from tying Patrick Waugh for second all time, 3 away from taking it, obviously. Put on just a clinic against the Boston Bruins, keeping the Minnesota Wild in that game for them to be able to tie it, then take the lead, then lose that lead when Boston pulled their goalie, and then to win it in overtime. He had a phenomenal performance. Why am I talking about a Minnesota-Boston game and a Vegas Golden Knights recap? Fun statistic from the Carolina-Vegas Golden Knights game. My computer's to the side. Carolina went 3 for 3 on the power play. Seth Jarvis played for the Portland Winterhawks, so that's cool. So did Aiden Hill. Cody Glass, if you remember him. Jack Eichel tips in a Hager bomb, so he keeps his point streak alive. I guess I didn't know that happened. And that means that he's 11 games, which is just awesome. And then William Carrier gets his second with like 30 seconds left to go. William Carrier had a good night, I guess, statistically, I guess. Just an awful performance. I really don't know how much was on Logan Thompson. I wasn't paying the closest attention because it's Christmas time and family time and all that stuff. And so hopefully we do better than we did tonight and against Buffalo. But that's going to be it for games 31, 32, and 33's Nightly Review. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.